I trained so much arms as a kid that it's a very responsive area for me. One more of those. All right, last one. A little bit lighter. See around 10 or 12 reps. We'll see how I feel. All right, welcome to Mind Pump TV. This is really exciting for us. We're going to do something a little bit different than we've ever done on this channel. So prior to this channel has been mainly dedicated to exercise knowledge, right? We thought of this when we first created it, that we'd create this in ginormous library of exercises for trainers and people to refer to. And we've kind of left it alone for, I think almost over a year now. And we're going to fire it back up. And the idea, though, that we're going to use this now as kind of like a docu-series platform for us. We'll probably still upload exercises. So those of you that enjoy the exercises, demos, and videos, I think we'll still do some things on there. But this is our first time launching like a docu-series, and hopefully you know me by now. If you don't, my name's Adam. I'm one of the hosts and founders of the Mind Pump podcast and creator of this channel and many other things related to Mind Pump. And we've just been away for quite some time on this channel and have been inspired to come back here with our crew. I got Dylan and the boys back there that'll be shooting all this content. And this is going to be a little docu-series on me. I thought this would be a great opportunity. So a little bit of history on how we built Mind Pump originally was actually my transformation over 11 years ago. So over 11 years ago, I was 30 years old. I had just fallen out of shape. I had went up to 19.6% body fat. So that was the highest body fat percentage I've ever been in my life as a trainer. I'd fallen out of shape. I'd actually had a career change for a little bit. Was in the medical marijuana field for a few years, just eating food and sitting down and junk and not working out, and was in some of the worst shape in my life. And I did a whole transformation journey on YouTube. I did it also on social media, my Instagram. That's initially what grew our first little bit of a following, because you got the chance to see me go from fat to fit and then take that to the competitive stage, right? So I went all the way down to from 19% body fat down to 7% body fat. Everybody got a kick out of the transformation. A lot of people were encouraging me to go further. And so I thought, what the hell, I'll get on stage. I don't know anything about the competitive world. And I thought, let me show everybody I could do this, right? Without any coaches or any teams. And so then I went through that whole transformation and eventually got into the competitive world. Actually got a little bit of an itch. I actually really enjoyed the competitive process. I'm a very competitive person at heart. And I really got into the science behind the nutrition and the programming and the competitive aspect of that, of being really good at it, and then going and presenting your physique on stage to compete with others. And I was pretty good. I was good enough to move my way up from amateur to the national level and then become a pro. I did 2 pro shows. By the time I had done my second pro show, Mind Pump, the podcast, had already kind of taken off, and it was growing rapidly. And no longer was my social media the main hub for our followers. Mind Pump had outgrew my Instagram following and the people that were paying attention to me. And so I removed myself from that and focused all of my attention on growing that business with my partners and the podcast. And here we are 10 years later, and something different has happened. So what's happened this time is I've, since my competitive days, have lost almost 50 pounds of lean body mass. So 50 pounds of muscle I have lost off my frame. When I was competing, I was carrying well over 205 pounds of lean body mass. I recently just did a DEXA scan by Body Spec. I think they're good company that's out there that did it. I also wanted to use somebody that was unbiased, wasn't part of my team, or I wasn't doing it myself, to have a starting point. And I weighed in at 199 pounds, and I was 15.8% body fat, so almost 16% body fat. So this time, not only did I didn't quite have as high of a body fat percentage, but I had even less muscle. So I lost a tremendous amount of muscle over the last couple years. And that's been slowly going down, and then it's accelerated in the last few months, especially with my experience with GLP-1s. Those of you that have listened to the show, I did an experiment with GLP-1s just to see what it would be like. Lost a bunch of weight, lost a bunch of muscle on that process. And so here we are, And we thought this would be a great opportunity. The guys have been talking for a while about, hey, let's get the Mind Pump TV channel going again. I have some ideas for some series that we could do. And this just made sense. It's like, hey, I'm gonna start this transformation of building back my physique, getting back the muscle that I've lost over the last decade, and why not document this whole process and share with our community the steps that I take. And the reason why I thought this would be really valuable to the average person is because I even though I'm not starting from scratch, because I have decades of weight training behind me, I haven't done anything. I haven't done any weight training in almost 4 months now. And so when I've taken that much time off, it is like starting from scratch again. And when it comes to what I do in my diet, what I do in my training, what does my intensity and volume look like it's like starting from day one for me. And so I wanted the viewers to be able to peer in on my thought process of how I approach my workouts, how I approach my nutrition, my tracking, to get that crazy physique that I built before. And so here we are, and this is the first day, and we're gonna try and drop as many of these as we can. What I will commit for sure is at least 1 or 2 of these a week will go up. That really depends on the volume that my editing team can handle, but we're gonna be shooting pretty much daily and tracking this progress for you guys and sharing with you my journey through it. So I hope this becomes extremely valuable. We love any sort of commentary back, because I don't know what this is gonna look like. I wanna make it as raw and unedited as we possibly can to give you the real behind the scenes. I also don't wanna bore the shit out of you, so I wanna make sure that we're bringing value and something solid that you enjoy. So comment below, share, subscribe, make sure you guys turn your notifications on, pay attention to this. We're gonna be dropping all the time. And so I'd love to hear your feedback, and come along and join me if you guys want. What's crazy is that injury is causing my shoulder to be all rolled forward. What that does is this becomes overactive because of the injury. Everything back here, my kind of shoulder blade area, is just gone to sleep and isn't holding my scapula where it should be. So even though it's tough for the average eye to see, I'm exaggerating this, but I'm rolled forward because of the pec injury. And so now it causes all this shoulder pain when I try and do some basic movements. And that's just because